Hey guys, this is Patrick at Up RC, and I'm bringing you some truth about hex drivers today. Now if you're anything like me, you've gone through tip after tip in your handle and your cordless drill, having to replace these things, and it gets expensive. Now the larger drivers will tend to last a little bit longer, but when you get down to the RC sizes, well, we all know you can strip out screws pretty easily and spend a lot of time and money replacing these. And that's why I'm so happy to offer our Cobalt series of hex drivers to you. We went with the top of the line tool steel that we could find to bring you something that's nearly indestructible. This isn't just for you. I have to admit, I actually wanted something that was indestructible for myself because I assemble every set of wheels that goes through our doors. And in the last 6 months, I've been using this driver every day, assembling lots of wheels, thousands of screws, and this thing looks as good as it did on day one. So I'm really happy to be able to bring this information to you guys. So what makes a good hex driver? Or maybe more importantly, what makes a bad one, and why do they fail? Most RC guys will tell you they want length, the ability to put the driver in a handle or a cordless drill, tight tolerances, they want them tough as nails, and they want a specific end. Now length is key because we all know you need to get your driver into hard to reach places, and there's always a chassis, axle, or links in the way. If the driver's too short, you end up having to disassemble half your truck to replace a rod end or tighten down a body mount. Most people find that 3.5 to 4 inches is just about perfect. Having the ability to swap from a tool handle to a cordless drill is a great feature. In the field, you can use a tool handle for minor repairs and to save weight and room in your tool bag. When you get back home and have to assemble a set of wheels or rip your axles apart, using a cordless saves you a ton of time. For the smaller RC size drivers, a 3mm shaft seems to have the most compatibility with the available tool handles. And having a flat machined in the handle end helps you get a firm grip on it as well. The tight tolerances are important because you want as much surface contact between the tool and your screws as possible. The less contact area, the greater the chance you'll strip the tool or the screw. Nobody likes getting stripped screws out. Material is a major factor in selecting your driver. Softer steels will bend easily and wear out faster. And once the tool starts to round off, it will round out screws. And again, nobody likes stripped out screws. A last thing to consider is if you want a ball end or a straight end. And there's a lot of debate on this. A ball end will allow you to get some contact on the screw from an angle, which can be quite useful in a tight situation. The problem though is that the angle is possible because the tip is cut in a ball shape, and that means less surface area making contact. And that is less surface area making contact whether you have the tool at an angle or not. I believe we have covered the idea of less surface area and that nobody likes stripped screws. So for my money, I prefer a straight tip. In the picture, you'll see a few commonly available driver options. Left to right are a Dubro driver, an Axial driver tip, a Duratrax driver tip, and the Up RC Cobalt series driver tip. The Dubro actually started life as a ball end driver, but I included it in this review anyway because of the built-in handle. This was one of my first drivers, and over time I have cut it down each time it rounded off. The steel is a lighter steel, it bends fairly easily, and the tolerances are not superb. Because it has a built-in handle, you cannot slide it in your cordless drill unless the handle spins off on you, but then you have no handle that fits it. It is too short for getting those hard-to-reach screws on the inside of your chassis, but not a bad field backup driver. Street price is around $4. The next driver is an Axial version. Now, these are very well made, have a good length, good tolerances, and take a good bit of abuse. They fit most common tool handles and can go in a cordless drill for mass assembly purposes. Unfortunately, mine as pictured is twisted now, but this tip set the standard when it was produced and is a good purchase for a normal series driver. Street price is around $8.50. The shortest tip in the picture is a Duratrax tip. Although this worked for me in a cordless, in situations where length is not important, it is far too short to be highly useful to most RCers. It is a tougher steel than the Dubro, but not as good of a fit as the Axial. So it too rounded itself off after rounding out several of my screws. Street price on this tip is very cheap. It's about $3. The last driver pictured is the locked up RC 1.5mm Cobalt hex driver. It is compatible with most common driver handles except a 3mm shaft, and of course usable with a cordless drill. Because of my appreciation of the length and fit of the Axial driver, I tried to make something similar in length and fit that was just indestructible. So when choosing a material for these, I chose a high-speed steel meant for making the toughest cutting tools available. From the molybdenum or M group, alloyed with 8% cobalt, our M42 tool steel will resist wear better than anything else available in a hex driver. There are other good tool steels available, such as spring steel or an S2, which has a shallow hardening, but I wanted something that is absolutely bulletproof, so no expense spared in bringing you the best tool available. Now, the driver pictured is my actual prototype that I've been using for 6 months, and as you can see, it is still in mint condition. Retail price is $9.99 for the best tool available. So that's it for our truth about hex drivers. Don't forget to check out our website, lockeduprc.com. You can check us out on Facebook and like all of our products on there, of course. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to contact us from the Contact tab on our website. Thanks for watching.